Fox 45 News continues to follow the back and forth over Kilmar Abrego Garcia. The Trump administration is defending his deportation from Maryland to El Salvador last month, arguing he is a criminal and MS-13 gang member. Meantime, Democrats, including Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen, who met with Abrego Garcia in El Salvador just days ago, say he was denied due process. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost joins us live from the newsroom with the latest pushback on Senator Van Hollen. And what's next, Mackenzie?
Yeah, Mary, it's the story that has captured national headlines and is a flashpoint in the country's immigration debate. But as more information about Kilmar Abrego Garcia's past emerges, the rhetoric surrounding this entire situation seems to be evolving. It was a Sunday media blitz for Senator Chris Van Hollen.
And we turn now to Maryland Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen.
And Senator Van Hollen joins me now.
Here with me now is Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen.
After his trip to El Salvador in an effort to meet with Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was deported in March, on all of the major networks, Senator Van Hollen stayed on message the entire time.
My view is you can crack down and hold guilty people accountable, and also respect the due process rights of everybody who is in court. And if we deny the constitutional rights of this one man, it threatens the constitutional rights of everybody in America. The fundamental issue right now is the fact that the Trump administration is ignoring court orders. The Trump administration is trying to change the story. They're trying to detract attention. Here's where they should put their facts. They should put it before the court. I say, put up or shut up in court.
But if you listen carefully, he's drawing a distinct line about his trip and whether he supports Abrego Garcia himself.
I'm not vouching for the man. I'm vouching for the man's rights.
But that is not quite the same tune from the senator just last week. On April 14th, Senator Van Hollen requested a meeting with the Salvadorian president to discuss the return of the Maryland father. And if that didn't happen, the senator said he would go to El Salvador himself. At the airport, the senator was clear about his goal.
You know, I told Mr. Abrego Garcia's family I would do everything I could to bring him home, and I'm going to keep working it until he is brought home.
While in the Central American country, the White House dropping new information about Abrego Garcia's time in the United States, like publishing this gang information sheet detailing why police in Prince George's County believed Abrego Garcia was connected to the MS-13 gang. Fox 45 News found a custody filing from the man who appears to be the father of Abrego Garcia's wife's two youngest children, arguing the kids were in danger because she was dating a gang member. Plus, this 2022 Homeland Security report showing Abrego Garcia was involved in a Tennessee traffic stop where he was suspected of being involved in human trafficking. And now,
I am not defending the man. I'm defending the rights of this man to due process.
But President Trump's borders are quick to criticize Van Hollen's trip using tax dollars.
But you know what bothers me more than that is a U.S. senator traveled to El Salvador on taxpayer dime to meet with an MS-13 gang member.
The issue is right to jump on, but they missed the due process part.
Political analyst John Deedy says the due process argument is stronger and one Democrats should have been making from the beginning.
Started with due process much earlier, because when people see this issue and the fact that this person's background, he was not a choir boy.
The White House pouncing on the senator's trip and Sunday press circuit.
Shame on Senator Chris Van Hollen and the entire Democrat Party, who wasted Easter Sunday going on every television show in the country to advocate for the return of an illegal criminal gang member.
While the Trump administration's attorneys have said in court documents deporting Abrego Garcia to El Salvador was done in error, and the U.S. Supreme Court ordering the Trump team to facilitate his return, the White House has been clear, saying he will not be coming back to the United States. Now, we just spoke with Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese about this situation, and he tells me that he does agree with the due process concerns and says that he supports everyone's right to due process. But Sheriff DeWeese says that doesn't mean Senator Van Hollen needed to go to El Salvador.
It's disappointing to see the senator fly to El Salvador to bring back what we believe is a known MS-13 gang member. I think the irony is that he voted against the Laken Riley Act that would have kept citizens in this state and the country free of criminal activity like that from illegal aliens, but yet he flies to El Salvador to try and bring back someone that we have more than enough evidence to believe is a part of MS-13.
Now, Senator Van Hollen's trip to El Salvador doesn't appear to be the last for members of Congress. Congressman Glenn Ivey says that he intends to go to El Salvador as well to go visit someone he calls his constituent, referring to Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Other members of Congress have also indicated they intend to go with Congressman Ivey to the Central American country, though it's not clear when that trip will take place or if the taxpayers will be on the hook. Live in the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.